Hi, I'm Carolyn.
And I'm Garrett.
And we are Diary of a Family.
We're intentionally living life with you.
And I was just noticing that I think our camera is cockeyed, so
hopefully
those of you who are like me, who are a little bit OCD, I hope it doesn't bother you too much. Anyway, right. We're excited.
Yes.
We're going to launch right into a very exciting interview. We have the Roads We Roam with us. This is Russ and Carrie. They're joining us today all the way from Tennessee.
Hey guys.
Hi. Right now. Hello. We don't have anyone on live yet, so maybe we'll just wait a little bit.
Okay.
But
sure, no problem.
Garrett, you want to continue on one of those streams of conversation that you were having with them prior to us going live? I kind of hopped into this.
Well, X Marks the Spot just joined.
Oh, hi, X Marks the Spot. You guys, I miss you so much.
Hey.
And we have your questions all written down, so we'll get to those questions. You had some really great ones for them. So let's see if we have one or two more people join.
Well,
maybe not.
We can just start with the questions.
Launch right into it. Yeah. All right. So first off, tell us a little bit about yourselves and how long have you been on the road?
Okay, so again, my name's Russ.
I'm Carrie.
And we started the Roads We Roam channel back in October when we decided to go on the road. And this was all predicated by we were empty nesters and felt that it was time to move on, you know?
Our son had this joke where he said, I'm graduating college and you just really wanted to make sure I didn't move back home. So we're like, yeah, you have to find us in order to move back in with us.
Yeah.
And we posted our videos 3 days behind, so he'll never find us.
Never, ever, unless you can figure out your path, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I love that little shirt, like, sold everything and left so that my kids can't find me and move back in.
Yeah, it's a t-shirt.
Exactly.
It is a t-shirt. It's pretty funny. So that was October, so it hasn't been a full year yet?
No.
No,
Wow.
we've only, 8 months now? Haven't done the math, but roundabout, yeah.
If you watched yesterday's video, Russ is horrible at math.
How does that feel? Like, you're coming up on your 1-year anniversary. How does it feel to,
I still can't believe that we're doing it. You know, the first couple months, you kind of have to get that feeling of vacation kind of out of your system. Go, go, go. And now you're like, this is our reality now. This is how can we keep doing this long term?
Yeah. And I think, honestly, to us, we were military. I was a military brat. We met in the military. We got married after knowing each other for 6 weeks. And it was one of those things. That was 28 years ago. So
it worked.
It's one of those things where we were so used to moving around. When we got out of the military and started to raise our family, we started to feel a little itchy, I guess, or, wanting to hit the road when we were at a place for longer than a year. So this just made sense for us.
Right. We want to welcome Stop, Eat, and Explore. They're joining us for the first time on the live. Very
Dave
awesome.
and Susan.
Thank you for joining
Hey,
us. We're going to just dive in a little bit deeper here. Hopefully it's not like repeat that I understand that you guys have lots of followers that are going to join us because you told them on your live today.
And Russell Pottinger.
Oh, is Russell here too? Russell
Yes.
Pottinger.
Covina, California.
Great. Awesome.
Hi, Russell.
So, what do you live in? We always like to ask that. What's your setup?
So we started off in a 18-foot travel trailer, a little guy Max. And after about 6 months of that, it was difficult because we both work full time. So we were looking to upgrade, and we found a great deal on a 99 Damon Daybreak, which was a Class A, 34-foot. But we bought it from a consignment, and the consignment place didn't know what was here. And once I climbed on, I asked them, is this solar ready? And they said, oh, we don't know. I climbed on the roof, and I said, oh, my goodness,
solar?
They have 960 watts of solar up there.
Wow.
Yeah. They had a Wii Boost put in it already. They had a water reverse osmosis water filtration system.
Wow.
A new flat screen TV.
Yeah. So we just really... it's one of those things that this was almost fate. You know, we
Yeah.
felt
Right.
like we won the lottery. when
So,
we got
so
into
they
this.
didn't know what they really had, and they were selling it for a pretty decent price.
Well, the way that it worked out is this was a consignment place that also offers financing, and they can only finance for what the Blue Book value is.
Oh.
So when somebody brings in the vehicle, they look up the Blue Book and say, okay, this is what we can sell it for. It doesn't matter what upgrade you put on it.
Oh
This is it.
my
Yeah.
gosh!
And,
Wow.
and we just said, you know what, we want it.
We'll
we
take
paid
it.
cash and took it that day.
I mean, we made a promise that we would get no more debt
Yes.
as we went into this lifestyle. So we had to sell our truck, which we loved, but our truck paid for this. So we were able to essentially do even Steven. So we don't
That's
have
perfect.
a tow vehicle right now,
Right.
which has posed some challenges, but we're going to save up our money to get
Yeah.
that. Excuse me.
You're not the only ones who didn't have a tow vehicle for a good chunk of time.
Yeah.
Kent and Lisa from Living Light RV, they toured the United States for 6 months last like fall, winter, without a tow vehicle in their, how long is Bessie?
30
something.
so like 27
Yeah.
30 something
So I mean, they're like, yep, on our move days we had to figure out gassing and grocery shopping,
Exactly.
and then every time else they just rode their bikes around to see the area.
so did you
And it is doable.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it is
Yeah.
doable. Well, probably not as doable with kids, but
True.
That's very
Yes, that
true.
would cause some issues.
what did you guys do with your little guy Max trailer?
So we originally thought we were going to sell it.
Okay.
And then about halfway through, we signed a contract with the same place that we bought this. And about halfway through, we were like, wow, we really want to hold on to it because our kids are adults. And my son is getting married soon. Our daughter is already married. And we thought that would be a great unit for them to take out and
Yeah.
enjoy this life.
right.
So thankfully, long story short, it didn't sell. And we picked it up when we
Last
went to
Saturday.
Vegas and towed it all the way back to family here in Tennessee.
Okay. So the videos of you towing it is just getting it back to family so you can
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't plan on doing any long-term travel with it
Okay.
behind here.
How is it towed for you guys so far?
Yeah, it towed really well. The one problem was it's so narrow that I can't see it when we're driving. You know, if I'm turned ever so slightly,
With the Class A.
I can see
Yeah.
it with the Class
Okay.
A. Yeah, but it did affect our gas mileage. We were getting about 7 to 9 depending on conditions. And when we were towing with the Class A, we were down in that 5 to 6 range.
Okay.
So
Wow.
So
Yeah.
from Las Vegas here,
That's
we
Yeah.
a little bit of gas.
gas mileage was not good.
Yeah. Well, we want to welcome Brett. I'm going to screw up your name, Brett. I'm so sorry. Brett Balderona.
That is our son.
Oh, well, hi, Brett. Welcome to the show. Stop, Eat, and Explore. I think they're asking how long we've been on the road full time. So we've been on the road. Well,
We've been living
technically, we've been
full-time.
living in a trailer full time
Since
for a year.
For a year, yep.
So we hit our 1 year anniversary. But our house didn't sell until next month last year. And then we didn't actually hit the road from the area that we were used to until March. So we kind of did this weaning process. Anyway, so we'll go back to our interview, but I wanted to catch that question for Stop, Eat, and Explore. X marks the spot says rear view camera help.
yes,
Yeah, they do.
yes. And we have one, but the video was not working. Carrie actually figured out what the issue is. So tomorrow,
At the end of the trip.
at the end of the trip,
Yeah.
so tomorrow I'm going to dive in there and reconnect it. It just
Good.
seems that the video hookup got
Okay.
disconnected. So
I know that the Hebert's Travels actually upgraded their backup camera system, and it was like really nice. It wasn't even that. It was like less expensive than the Furion system.
I know ours is not.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Ours is
Yeah.
not super good. It cuts out
Yeah.
all the time.
Furion is terrible.
But I'm his eyes in the back
Yep.
because I'm the follow car. So
oh, okay. Yep.
it's hard for long trips because we can't like take turns driving. We're
Yeah.
both driving
Yeah,
the entire
yeah.
Exactly.
But once we get to a
Well, I have yet to drive the Class A. So Russ has been doing all the driving himself, but I want to get someplace where there's a big open parking lot where I can park.
Right.
I don't want to do it in the middle of a construction zone or on a freeway at 75 miles an hour.
Yeah.
So,
well, freeway is actually a good place to start. You go from a rest stop to a rest stop. That's what I've done in my first couple of hauling, and I have only pulled our other trailer.
Yeah. She hasn't pulled our new trailer, but our old one she did.
Yeah.
We went around a 20-mile-an-hour hairpin curve. That was fun.
Oh, no. But if you're on the freeway, you're not going to have to do any backing up or any major turns. So from rest stop to rest stop is a good idea.
Yep.
I agree. That's a great idea.
That's I don't have a lot of experience. Stacy, Phil and Stacy from Yumi and the RV put out a really good video of Stacy learning how to drive their A-Class. And that was back probably about 6 months or so. So maybe check out their channel and search for that. They're so funny. But she learned how to drive their A-Class. So what do you do for work? If you can tell us.
Yeah, of course.
It's top secret. We can't tell you.
So I am a consultant for the company that I used to work for, which is First Texas Products. I do a lot of marketing consulting, and then I also handle their influencer program, YouTubers and that sort of thing.
Okay.
And then I do all the social media work for them.
Oh, great.
And up until February, I had still worked for Beloit College as a fundraiser, a remote fundraiser. And then I stepped away from that so we could dedicate more to this full time. The last couple months, I had been testing out the work camping experience because so many people asked us, how do full-timers make money?
Right.
And we thought the best way to talk about that was to actually do it.
Yep.
And then right now, I'm really working on our website. Really jumping into it. It's a whole new world for me, learning how to do all of that, and then helping Russ with some of his social
keeping me
media.
on track.
That's a full-time job in and of itself, right there.
Yeah, keeping Russ in line is full-time job.
Yes,
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
I want to hop over here to some of these questions from X Marks the Spot. They posted it earlier. I just want to check. Their first question was, what's your primary source of income on the road? So we answered that one. Good. And then we did cover his second question. How did you acquire your motor?
Yep.
The first one is because Russ kept on obsessing about the 960 watts of power and how much we could boondock with it. And he was a boondocking beast.
Yep.
So we started calling him Boone just out of that. But then we kept finding, as Russ said, we didn't find the Wii Boost in here until about 2 weeks after we moved in.
Wow.
It's tucked up in a cabinet. And then just 3 weeks ago, I found the reverse osmosis thing, and the word boon means a gift. And this thing just keeps on surprising us with gift after gift.
I can't wait to find the next thing.
That's awesome. I love it.
Any way to find out who the previous owner is and be like, is there any more surprises that I need to know about?
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, exactly. I tried to reach out to him because I didn't understand the batteries.
Okay.
And I talked to the place, and they said, yeah, we'll try, and never heard back from them. So, but yeah, it would be nice because there's probably something else in here. Who knows?
Yeah.
$1 million hidden somewhere. Who knows?
That would be awesome.
Now,
but I don't think that's going to happen.
Did you guys name your little guy?
We did.
Is there a story behind that
we
one?
named him Teddy.
Okay.
Teddy. Okay.
And we did that because we have the Rough Rider edition. So if you're a history buff, Teddy Roosevelt is one of the Rough Riders.
Okay.
Oh, that's awesome.
So we named him Teddy for that.
Teddy, the little boy.
Little.
That's awesome. Hello to Skip to LaRue. These are awesome DFAMers of ours that we got to meet a couple of weeks ago. Love the name and the meaning is what they say. So welcome, you guys. And
very cool.
Your steak is way better than the Big Texan.
Yep. Yes.
We've tried Big Texan out twice. It's good.
It's good.
But it's not as good as your steak.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back to some of these questions. So again, from X Marks the Spot, while work camping in West Yellowstone, did you have to unhook and drive your bus through the national park? We found parking a 12-passenger van challenging at times.
Yes. So we did, but we never attempted to try to park at any of the rest stops. We did have a friend from the area come and pick us up one day, and she took us up to Mammoth and whatnot. But they're right. You get a lot of Cruise America people that come through there, and they don't really know how to park the rig, so they'll take up way more spots than they should. And you have a lot of tour vans that take up spaces. So if you do have a big rig, go very early in the day.
Yeah.
Those Cruise America people remind me of the movie RV with Robin
Williams.
Robin Williams.
Yeah. We were talking about that in our live today, some of the crazy things you see. But then again, they don't know. They're new at it.
Yep.
And you almost feel bad for them. You almost think that Cruise America should make a video and show the do's and don'ts.
Yeah.
Exactly. Make it easy. Seriously.
It really shows the most when they're dumping tanks.
Yes.
Yes.
I think we actually used that little clip from RV in one of our videos.
Yep, we did.
about poop dumping.
Yeah.
We had never seen that movie before we started RVing.
It would have scared you, huh, if you'd seen it first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad we watched it after we started, because that would have made me think twice.
But couldn't you relate to him so much?
Totally.
Yes.
Totally.
They just overdid it.
And now we love watching the Cruise America people when they're emptying black tanks at campgrounds, and that questionable look when they just stare at it.
What do I do?
Like, that was us.
What do I do?
Yeah, that was so relatable.
Doug from Fumman's Family renamed Road School, yeah.
Yep.
I think it was at the beginning of the season. He actually got a photograph of
It was a
trailer. It was a video of somebody driving past his spot with a black tank hose dragging up behind it.
It was dragging along, but not only that, you could see the wires. They had not unhooked it from the spout in the dump station. So it literally just stretched out and pulled apart, and it was just this back end of it was just wires just hanging out.
I was like, they're going to need a new black tank hose.
I think so.
I think this is a follow-up question to that last one about Yellowstone. And at this point, we haven't gone anywhere near Yellowstone. So I'm super excited to go at some point soon.
Rosebuds Travels just joined us. Hi, guys.
Hello, Rosebuds Travels.
Lewis and Katie.
Hello, Lewis and Katie. Thank you for joining us. So the question is, how long did you stay in the town of West Yellowstone? Just a day trip was enough for us, is what X Marks the Spot said.
We arrived May 13th.
Yeah.
And we left July 29th.
Wow, you were there a long time.
Yeah. It was. I enjoyed West Yellowstone, especially on the weekends. Every month they have live music in the park, so that was kind of cool to see. But it does get a little. It does wear on you because it is a tourist town. So, and there are mountain prices. Everything's expensive. Up there.
Oh my goodness! When we left there, and we went to go buy something at a store, it just seems so ridiculously cheap compared to what we had been used to.
We'll take 10.
Plan on spending money when you're in West Yellowstone. Just everything is expensive.
They have to haul it all
Except,
in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Yep.
It's kind of like being in Alaska or in Hawaii, where everything has to be shipped to them.
Yep.
So did you visit or stay in any of the surrounding National Forest campsites? X Marks the Spot says we found several to enjoy. We also loved Bozeman Hot Springs. I think I said it right.
So yeah, I think one of the nicer places we went to was called Bootleg, which is actually Fish and Wildlife. Bootjack. I keep calling it Bootleg. Bootjack. It's about 20 miles outside of West Yellowstone. It's in Idaho. And it is a beautiful site. You can stay there for 10 days for free. And it's just gorgeous up there. It's up in the mountains a little bit.
Yeah, so that's not part of the national park, but that was very close by, right outside the gate, maybe 15 minutes from the gate. So it's a good option for people if you can't get into the park. And then there were we were surprised that a lot of people didn't know that there are first come, first served spots in the park itself.
Okay.
So if you don't make your reservations in advance, you can still try to get spots in there.
And you were able to get, now you were in your smaller rig or the larger one at that point?
The larger one. So part of our work camping opportunity in West Yellowstone, they provided a campsite for us, and they gave us the option. Our employer had space at their property, which was 8 miles out of town.
Okay.
And then they also had a spot in town, which wasn't scenic by any means. There was an apartment complex that was kind of set up for workers, and then 2 RV spots right at the front of the parking lot. So we were given one of those, but it was within walking distance to everything in town.
Great.
So we did that one.
Great. I'm just thinking about boot jack. Maybe we should write a note to ourselves, and would it fit a big rig like ours?
Yeah.
Oh, it would. We saw several fifth wheels up there.
Good.
Lots of spaces up there.
Very good. Let's see. I'm getting to the end of these questions from X Marks the Spot. Hope wants to know what meals you prep ahead to reheat, and if you use the Instapot.
I love the Instant Pot. And the Instant Pot, I've found, so I'll make goulash, which I can make ahead. It keeps really well. It's actually better tasting the second day. Mm-hmm. But by cooking the pasta in there, it truly is all in one pot. Right. So I don't have to deal with boiling water, getting the pasta, and then pouring that water into our gray tank.
Right.
Because with the Instant Pot, I can throw everything all in there. So you're doing less water into your gray tanks. Yep. We like to pre-cook. Like if Russ has the grill out, we'll try to see what things we have in the fridge that he can grill all at once.
Right.
So you maximize that time while it's out. Like he's from Wisconsin, so
gotta
he
have
loves
my brats.
Gotta have that.
Garrett likes brats too.
Yeah.
But one thing we really love to have, and it's just great to always keep on hand, just those quick grab and go meals where you have some cheeses and bread and like some hard salami and fruits that you just kind of keep with you. So when it's really hot, you don't want to cook. Mm-hmm. We just always keep a tray with those in there for snacks as well.
Yeah. We always have some finger veggies all chopped up for the kids. And I think tonight that's basically all we... Here's a glass of milk. Here's some veggies or whatever leftovers they wanted, because we'd all eaten late at the Big Texan and carbo loaded majorly.
I'm still not hungry. And I haven't eaten since
he hasn't eaten since 2-3 in the afternoon. So,
and then one of our favorites is Russ's Hawaiian. He loves it when I make musubis and mac salad, so we would do those in advance as well.
Talk about carbo loading.
Yeah, let's get into carbo loading.
Take a hibernation nap after that one.
Exactly. Yes.
Rosebud's Travels say we use our Instant Pot all the time. You know what?
Yeah.
We do not as much. I think you do a lot of grilling outside and then just fresh veggies or whatever.
Yep.
But there are a few meals that we do use the Instant Pot on all the time.
Like our coconut
rice
curry
all the
chicken.
time. The coconut curry chicken, we did a funny video about that. Ooh. So Garrett will put a link in the description here. It's a cute little 3.5-minute video that the kids overdubbed for us.
Yes.
Oh,
it's a lot of fun.
We'll check it out.
It was an entry into a contest, Fulltime Families Filmers Branch contest, and so we were trying to win. I don't remember if we won or not. Did we?
We did.
We quasi-won, but it was just you and Doug.
Because it was just the 2 moderators that put
Nobody
entries.
on the channel put any. It was just the 2 moderators, just Garrett and Doug. It was fun to film. The kids loved it, and we got a lot of hits on it. So.
Our next question is, why did you guys choose the nomadic life? Why did you choose nomadism?
Yeah, we're going deep here. Why?
Do you want to?
No, I'll let you tackle that.
Well, again, I think I kind of led into it being prior military and moving every year while we were in the military. I was a dog handler. And there's not a lot of us, so they move you around all the time. I think that kind of lent to it. And then also when the kids moved out, there was nothing really holding us to any place. And we we didn't have any deep roots since we were military and moving a lot. So we figured, this is the best for us. It kind of replicates early life for us.
And when Russ first mentioned it to me, I lost my mother 8 years ago. And there was so much she didn't do because she kept waiting until she retired. And she said, I'll do it when I retire. Well, 2 months after she retired, she passed away.
Oh, that's so hard.
And she did not get to do that. So in one way, I'm thinking, where there's a lot of people that probably think what we're doing is crazy.
Oh, yeah.
But I know that she would probably be sitting there saying, go for it.
Yes, exactly.
So we're just going forward and just giving it 110% and enjoying it as long as we're able to.
Yeah. X Marks the Spot wants to know, as a dog handler, do you travel with a dog? I'm not sure if he's referring to what you did in the military as with the dogs.
Yeah. So when I was in the military, I had a lot of travel with the dogs because as a bomb dog handler, we did presidential support. So that was back in the Clinton time, and did a lot of travel with the dog. But in the military, you also don't take your dog from base to base. So every base that you went to, you got a new dog.
Really? That's going to be hard. Because isn't that
it was very hard.
Police dogs, you build a rapport with your canine,
you're with
and you're training the entire time.
Yeah.
You train them, you work with them, and then they retire.
Exactly. In the military, it's just not feasible because a lot of people do what I did as well. You come in for 4 years, you get that training, and then you get out and get into, I got into federal law enforcement after I got out of the military. So, and you figure those dogs run about $80,000 after all the training and stuff is done. Yeah. So, but it's kind of necessary, but unfortunate because you don't build that amazing rapport with the animal.
Right. Yeah. Well, it just makes you more of an awesome handler if you can manage a dog that's brand new to you and do the job, right?
Yeah, you do learn a lot, and you learn different techniques for dealing with dogs. With the dogs too, they become push button because they're used to dealing with different people as well.
Yeah.
Well, he's met his match though in our killer chihuahua.
Oh, what's your dog's name?
This is Billy.
Hi, Billy. Oh my gosh.
She is not trainable. She does what she wants. But our Australian Shepherd mix, she is fantastic. Russ has her trained so well that, you can see the training that he had there. It's a different type of training, obviously, than what they did in the military, but she is just fantastic.
Well, Billy, you're just so cute. X marks the spot.
You can go back to sleep now.
So, did you do canine work with the federal government after you left the military? I
did not.
Okay.
I had the opportunity, but I didn't want to get back into it. It's just a very, it's in the federal government. It was extremely limited what you could do, and I really wanted a different taste of law enforcement.
Yeah.
So when the opportunity came up, I just
what service did you serve with?
So I was with the Air Force.
Well, after with.
Oh, with federal, I was Department of Interior, which is Department of Interior, Bureau of Land Management. Okay. So within the Department of Interior is actually the largest law enforcement agency in the United States because you've got National Park Service, you've got Bureau of Indian Affairs, Bureau of Land Management, Forest Service. Yeah.
So if anybody went through Hoover Dam in the late 90s and early 2000s, you probably ran into Russ.
I worked there a lot.
The Hoover Dam.
Yeah, the reason why I was curious was I worked for U.S. Customs for about 8 years as a law enforcement officer up in Seattle. So
you guys are.
So you went through FLETC down there in Glencoe?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, me too.
Through, was it August through December? So I got some of the hottest months that they get in Georgia. So.
Nice humid weather down there. Yeah.
He was back at training for like 5 weeks during our first few weeks of dating.
Yeah.
It was very hard because I'd be up 3 hours before I normally would so that I could catch him on the phone and chat before he had to.
Because he was on Pacific time and I was on Eastern, so that's the worst you can get.
Yeah.
There's dedication there. I was up really early.
Exactly.
I'd chat for an hour and then go back to bed or something like that. All right, so let's get back to travel.
Yes.
No more talk about
Okay.
work, okay?
Yeah.
No more work. What is your favorite place you've traveled to so far, and why?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Oh. They are calling
There
back.
we go.
Here we go. Are we back?
We are.
Did your phone fall? Oh no.
Oops.
Technical difficulties. We're going to get this squared away,
yes.
everybody.
There we
Just
go.
give us a little bit of time. Hey,
There we go.
at least our internet didn't kick out, because that's what always happens, and then it ends up being like a different video altogether, and everybody's been kicked off, and then they have to kind of log back into our video.
That was
to
a
see
quick
us.
recovery. I
It
give you guys
was,
kudos
yeah.
for that.
Okay, Garrett's just going to get you back on our split screen. He's got to do a little bit of
Okay.
rigging. And then I'll repeat the question so that you guys get it good.
Great. Thank you.
And there we go.
There we go. Are we good?
We're good.
Are we good? Okay. So, what is your favorite place you've traveled to so far, and why?
You know, I don't know if you're going to pick the same one as me,
Okay,
but
then you both can choose and tell us why. We get this
To
all the
me-
time, where each has a difference.
yeah.
Well, true.
So to me, it was Coleman Landing, and that's in near Lake Kissimmee, Florida.
Okay.
And I think the reason why is because it was the very first time that Carrie looked at me and she said, "This is what I signed up to do this for." I mean, it was, we weren't at a KOA. It's a county park, but it's beautiful. There's water there. There's these beautiful trees with all the Spanish moss that you
Yeah.
see in Florida.
Yeah.
So, and the fact that Carrie looked so happy at that point, really, to me, that stands out as my
Oh,
favorite.
that's
Well,
good.
when we left in October, from October through mid-January, everywhere we went, it was cold and it rained. And it was just nonstop. So Coleman Landing was the first place we saw sun.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
That I think that probably is something, but I did like it there. I love that place, but for me, the first place that stood out was Sedona.
Beautiful.
Oh.
And it was more, yes, the scenery was beautiful, but it was the first time we were really kind of caravanning, group camping with people that we met on the road.
Okay.
We were kind of afraid when we first hit this that we're not going to know anybody. We're going to go to campgrounds and just be the lonesome doves, the lone wolves off by themselves.
In the corner.
It doesn't happen.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen, does it? You find people to connect with, don't you?
You do.
It's so
Yes.
amazing. My biggest fear was just sitting there watching everybody else having fun and us not doing anything. And the opposite happened. And here we were in Sedona sitting around a campfire next to people that we met online.
Oh, so cool.
We had Joyous Voyagers and Two Doves Nation. We were all just talking around the campfire for hours on end.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is awesome. This is so cool.
Yes,
Isn't
you're
that
right.
what we get into this lifestyle for? I mean, for us, we want to be more intentional with our relationships with each other and with the relationships that we build. And so that's why we do this interview segment, because we get to know people. And even though we're not face to face with you, I feel like I'm getting to know you more and more. And that like when we see each other, because I'm going to say when, not if. When we see each other on the road, it'll be like, we're great friends, even though we've never met physically.
Yep.
So,
Exactly.
Yeah, it is, and we love these interview channels. The interviews that you guys do. I wish we would have thought about that, but
you can totally copy us.
We would love to be interviewed on your channel if you wanted to.
Yes, we haven't ever
if
been
we ever
interviewed
can
yet.
figure out how to do it,
Yeah, you have to talk to us about how you're doing the split screen and
Yeah.
everything, because
no, you're 100% right. One thing that I really was surprised about was how much more social we are now. And when we do meet people out on the road that we've never met before, but we've followed them on Instagram and YouTube and Facebook, it is this, you almost feel like you've known them for a long time.
I know you.
It's such an interesting dynamic.
We had that experience with X Marks the Spot a couple of weeks ago. I mean, we've been communicating so much, and they'd watched so many of our videos that him walking across our campsite did not feel weird, and he's like, "Hi, Emma, I know you," and gives my daughter a big hug, and Emma's like, "I don't know you."
It took the kids a little bit
right,
to kind of get things rolling, but everybody else.
Because we get to know people via social media. Our children don't necessarily, unless they also have a social media channel, which for X Marks the Spot, they just do Facebook and Instagram. So they don't have a channel, so the kids don't get to know them. But they warmed up very quickly, and now just like Grandma and Grandpa to them.
Cool.
But X Marks the Spot actually says, "Love Kissimmee." I think I said that right. Kissimmee? I worked at the hospital there. And then they also said, "Love the campfire with LaRue's and Seifert fam." Yep, they're referring back to when we met. They just came through Amarillo.
Amarillo's a hot spot there now.
Yes. So we're in Amarillo until probably the 19th of October.
Yep.
And then I think we're trying to book it out of here to get warranty work done, unless we can find somebody here in town to do it. But at this point, we've struck out a couple of times.
And the hard part with being Grand Design is they're very particular. You have to be a Grand Design dealer to work with them. Trying to find one that will work with us is proving a little difficult. And right now, for us, the dealer that we bought our trailer through has a location in Flagstaff. Yeah. So it's going to be, that would be the easiest way for us to get the work done, but that's also a 2-day trip from where we're at.
Yeah. So
we know a great camping spot for when you're out there.
Okay, all right.
So it's Forest Road 171. It's beautiful up there.
Yeah, lots of room.
Okay.
We'll have to, if we can't remember it, we'll have to rewatch this video so we can get that. Forest Road 171.
Go. Or just give us a call. We'd be happy to remind you.
Okay. Judy Payne says, "Hey guys."
Hey Judy.
All right. Let's see. Does anybody online have any questions? Because we're coming up to the end of our questions, and we don't want to.
I came up with a question.
Okay. Add your question. Those of you online watching, type in your questions now so we can get to them.
Who is the brains behind your videos? Who makes and edits them?
That would be this man right here next to me.
Yeah, but I run everything past Carrie. And a lot of times, I know she hates it when I call her over and I say, "Hey, Carrie, take a look at this and let me know what you think." Because I want it to be, "That's perfect, Russ. Outstanding. No changes needed." And it is rarely like that. She'll make suggestions, and in my mind, I'm like, "Oh, you're right, but I really don't want to do it because it's involved." But I think it's more of a team thing. I do the majority of the editing and piecing together, but she kind of makes it cohesive.
Yeah.
Well, what's really interesting is while Russ was a police officer all those years ago, our son was really the one that was into making videos. He was 14, 15. He had a Mac. And he started making these videos, and Russ was trying to find a way to bond with our son, who's and Russ's hobby was metal detecting, and Brett had no interest in metal detecting whatsoever. But they came up with this idea of making these funny metal detecting videos. So they would take famous movies like Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, and they would do a parody off of this, and they would put these up on YouTube, and they started getting a following.
That's awesome.
And what happened is the company that Russ now contracts for got a hold of Russ's videos, and they wound up over time using him for more and more, and then he eventually became the director of marketing at this company because of learning as he went along.
Yeah, just because of wanting to hang out with my son. I was so used to being the cool, when the kids are young,
you're a guy,
you're
right.
everything.
You're cool.
And then when they're 14, it's like, when they're 14 years old, it's like, psh, whatever, Dad. So I had to figure a way out to hang out with them.
That's great. So. What a great way to connect, though. And you melded what you liked and what he liked together, and then it ended up just becoming something great. That's awesome.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, Brett kind of went away from making the videos, but Russ had this following, and Russ said, "Well, wait a minute, I still need to make these videos.
I got to learn how to edit."
So he had to learn, and that's that's how he learned. And then just over the years, he's been keeping up with technology as it moves along.
Okay.
And everything's self-taught through YouTube University.
Oh yeah, YouTube is wonderful for that.
Yep.
Same here. So Garrett put together some videos when he was like 13 or 14.
Yep.
And we've rewatched them within the last couple of years, cleaning out the house. They were on
Oh, did you?
VHS. I mean,
No, they're DVD.
Was it
They're
DVD? I don't know. It was
But
really.
they're like
Oh, you're
480.
gonna have to post
Yeah,
those.
you have to post those.
It's like skateboard videos and stuff, because that was what the cool kids were doing at that point.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Garrett the skater boy.
Well, I never actually skated. I just videotaped
His
other
friends.
my friends doing it.
Oh, gotcha.
Well, is that a YouTube channel that people can still go find?
Or did you take it down?
So yeah, that channel is called Viro Depot. And,
Viro, V-I-R-O?
VIRAL.
Viral.
Viral. Okay.
Viral Depot. Okay.
I think that channel now has about 18,000 subscribers.
But if you look under metal detecting parody
yeah.
playlist,
So there's all kinds of stuff in there. The stuff that my son and I made, if you kind of went in and maybe just YouTube searched Indiana Jones metal detecting parody, that would get you in that playlist.
and if Brett is still online, I don't know if he is, he's probably killing you for directing right now. He's like, no, this will never
It's
leave
not
me.
coming back.
Rosebuds Travels say Russ does a good job with videos. Judy Payne says.
Well, thank you.
Judy Payne says, how long does it take you to edit videos?
So it just depends. Typically, it's about 3 to 4 hours, I think. Once I get all the video shot, because I'm sure you guys go through the same thing. You shoot tons and tons and tons of video, and you may only use 5% of what you shoot throughout the week.
Yep.
So that's the longest part, really trying to get in there and figure out what makes a cut and what doesn't make the cut.
So are you doing, because I haven't, I'm sorry, he's watched some of your videos. Do you do like a whole week recap of this is kind of what we're doing? A bit like KYD does?
Yes.
Okay, so we end up doing like, okay, this would be a cool story, that would be a cool story, and kind of divide it up into these projects, and then Garrett tries to figure out what project he's going to do first.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
We tried the daily vlog on our way here to Amarillo and knew that we were going to have to slow down on doing daily vlog.
Well, with our lifestyle, if we were traveling all the time and we were going from one location to one location, daily would be just fine.
It gives you more to talk about. But now that we're stationary again for a couple of months, we do a few cool things once a week, twice
3
a week.
days, we're still here at the trailer. Hi.
We're still surviving the 102-degree weather. The kids are trying to kill each other.
Yep.
That's what's interesting and so amazing about having a YouTube channel is there are so many ways to approach it and so many ways to work with what works best for your lifestyle. When Carrie and I first started off, we were doing 8 videos a week. We did that for 6 months.
Wow.
And that was kind of in marketing and trying to build YouTube channels, there's 2 approaches. One is have amazing, beautiful content, something like KYD.
Yes.
If you don't have the time or the ability, the other way is to numbers.
Saturate
Exactly.
them. Yeah.
The more numbers you can put out there, the more opportunity you have to get in front of people.
And we didn't know what we were doing, so the more we were out there talking to people, we learned
Exactly.
something. So we were just putting it out there.
Yeah, hey, you're hooking that water up all wrong.
We didn't know. Now we'll share it with everybody.
Exactly.
I feel like we did see kind of an interest in a climb as we were doing daily vlogs this last month. Getting here, but I felt like he was constantly editing, and I'm like, you need a break.
Oh yes.
I need you.
It is very demanding.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
But he would take some time in the afternoon when we had just landed and gotten everything set up. I'd have the kids. We'd go do something, or it'd be nap time. He would get half the day edited, and then that evening there would be another 2 hours of editing the rest of it and finishing it,
and then trying to find a place to upload. For us, we were in New Mexico for about a month, and every New Mexico state park we stayed at, was at least 20 miles away from a good
Prerequisite.
internet signal that we could upload.
Oh,
I mean, we have
no.
our hotspots, but it was just so slow uploading, so we had to go places to upload the videos, and that was half our day.
I really commend you for being able to do a daily vlog with kids.
With children.
Yeah, that to me is.
Well,
there's no way we would have been able to do that.
It was interesting. It was grow. We
I
grew.
I don't say we'd be able to do it when Carolyn's doing her contract and she's working.
Because it really does take the team.
Yeah, because I'm a stay-at-home parent when she's at work, so.
Yeah. So it does take a team to shoot, and then he does all the editing for us really now. If there's a littler project that he doesn't have time, and I'm like, oh, give it to me, I'll pull it into my iMovie and just do the major editing piece to him, send it back to him, and then he brushes it up and puts in cool effects and maybe some extra video shots that he had and makes it his. Because if I just uploaded something that I created, you would tell the difference.
Yeah.
About a year ago, I was still making videos solo, where I would take a project and I would do it. But pretty quickly, his skill, his technique, and the tools that he was using far surpassed me. So I leave it to him.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd be lucky if I could get the live stream halfway decent if it were up to me. So you'll definitely know if Carrie's taking over the camera for any of the films here.
Okay.
So Judy Payne asked, do you decide the title of the video before or after editing?
So yeah, that's a good question. That's one of the hardest things for us a lot of times is to come up with the title. But that usually comes after, unless something
really stands
out throughout the week.
Yeah.
But Carrie comes up with that title because I can make the video, I can make the thumbnail, but when it comes to the title, I just sit there and look at it. But did you name it yet?
Garrett can sometimes
and there
do
are
the
times
same.
that you go back in and rename it after, where
Right.
you realize, okay, maybe this didn't resonate with people enough, or maybe it's not searchable enough. And so I think a lot of it is trial and error and learning as we go along.
Yeah.
Do you use TubeBuddy to help you with naming your videos?
Or like vidIQ?
vidIQ? Yeah.
So no, we don't. I have thought about using it. A lot of the guys that I collaborate with and with my other channel, Viral Depot, they swear by
Garrett's been
TubeBuddy.
using it, and we can
I
tell.
hear really good things.
A lot of our videos are fair, and then every once in a while we get something that, it's in the good range. Well, let's go for it, and we see it catches on a little bit quicker. We haven't hit on anything major yet, as you can tell by our subscriber base is only just over 500.
Keep doing what you're doing. It will come.
It comes.
It will come.
I know for us, as far as titling and thumbnails and stuff like that, a lot of times it depends on the type of video. If we're doing like a list video, or if we're talking about a specific subject, we'll get a title and we'll kind of have an idea of what we want to talk about and then make the video. But if it's like a daily vlog stuff, I'm like, I pick out, hey, I forgot my camera. That might be a good thumbnail. Can't believe I forgot this.
Sometimes
it's usually those drama-based. Sorry about that, but it's usually those drama-based titles and thumbs that get a lot of views.
It's clickbait.
Yeah.
We're looking for our bestie in a hole video. So our friends Ken and Lisa from Live and Light RV, they got their A-Class stuck in a huge hole. Ginormous hole at a California rest stop. They're saying, hey, state of California, you need to fix these potholes. It took them hours to get it out, and a couple of good Samaritans, one of them being a truck driver, and they finally got her out of that hole. But that one went through the roof. Everybody was watching that one.
It was like in 3 days, it was in like 10 to, I think it peaked out at like 25,000 views, but like within the first like 2 or 3 days, it got about 10 to 15,000 views.
Yeah, a lot of views.
Very nice. Yeah, that's good stuff right there.
X Marks the Spot also wants to know, does Russ and Carrie make money on YouTube?
So yeah, but it's not anything that you can make a living off of. Maybe a couple extra, beer money or something like that. But
it takes a while before you can make enough money where you can really live off of it. So Russ's other channel, as he mentioned,
makes decent money.
It makes decent money. He's got 18,000 on that one, but it's still, people jump into this and think that they can make enough to support themselves right away.
You can't do
just
that.
Off of YouTube. That's really challenging. You have to diversify. You really have to.
I think
around.
that's why a lot of channels you see them selling merch, or they're on Patreon, or they do some sort of Amazon something or other where you use their affiliate links.
Yes,
that's
exactly.
What it is.
Yes.
At this point, that's just too much for us to jump into with me working full time and him.
I mean, like the affiliate links and a lot of those are just signing up for it.
True.
And then putting the links on videos and stuff.
And then pushing it in your videos.
Yep.
So we haven't done anything like that yet.
So the thing about Amazon affiliate too that you have to be aware of is that's one thing that you don't want to jump into too quickly.
Right.
Because if you don't make sales within the first 30 days, is it 30 or 90?
I think it's 90.
Okay, 90 days, you're removed from the affiliate program.
And then you have to reapply.
And you have to reapply, and it's difficult to get in. So it's smart to wait until you get a
decent following,
a base,
exactly.
And if we were solely going off of this channel for the Amazon affiliate, we would have lost our in the beginning. We would have lost our affiliate, but I had the other channel, so it's always nice to be able to leverage that channel.
Yeah.
Anything you do over there or over here, I can leverage there.
Well, Garrett's got a channel that is pretty big, and he was
about 800 subscribers.
He was actually he got a paycheck from it before they changed everything over to
the 1,000
Oh,
subscribers.
nice.
Yeah. But again, it's a channel that he can't really pursue right now because of our setup.
It was staged in theatrical lighting, but being on the road, I can't really make videos on that subject because that's
all the equipment.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Needs to be hands-on most of the time.
I mean, he had an entire room of our house all situated as his studio and had lights hanging from the ceiling on bars and things. He had to take it all down so we could remodel that room.
Yep.
Let's see. X marks the spot. Oh, wait. Oh, hi, Mary Lou. Mary Lou Gabrowski is on. She's one of our DFammers.
Oh, hi. Hello.
She says, hi, guys. Just got here. X marks the spot says, TubeBuddy is great. Thumbs up.
That's what I hear. Yep.
Mary Lou wants to know, what streaming program do you use?
We use, for Diary of a Family, we use OBS Studios. And it is
what we're using right now.
PC or Mac-based program. And that allows us to do the type of video that we're doing right now, which is like split screen interview type videos. What kind of streaming do you guys do?
So we do a lot of live streaming, but we're not as technical as you guys.
Okay.
We just live stream straight from YouTube.
We used to do that a lot.
Yeah. We can't wait to get that back.
I was really impressed with yours when I saw your live stream the other day, and all of a sudden you had an intro, and then they had a check this clip out. I told Carrie about it. I said, you got to come watch this. This is a live stream. Yeah. We need to learn how to do this.
You need to learn how to do that.
Well,
we love your
I have
stuff.
a lot of like news and political stuff that I like to watch that is on YouTube. And the way that they do their show format is YouTube. Pretty similar to this. Yes. And so I like to be able to kind of just try my hand at things and make it feel more like an interactive show and not just like kind of like the conversation is fantastic, but being able to see all of our faces together on the video and our expressions, and that adds a whole new level.
Very true.
And then also being able to
I agree.
Pull up a video while you're talking about it, but still being live, it's very, very powerful tool.
It is. It's very powerful.
It is.
Tool.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm trying to keep up with these comments here. Judy Payne says, Carrie, you need to have more cooking videos. Have you done some cooking videos?
Okay. I did, like, really early on, and then we just didn't. So I guess I have to start cooking. I have, but I do have plans. It's just right now with everything all chaotic with the renovation.
Mm-hmm.
I can have a little bit of OCD myself, and it would just drive me crazy if half the wall was wallpapered and half wasn't
Right.
in the shot,
Right.
and it couldn't get it right. So we've got to wait until the renovation's
Yeah.
done, and then I can wrap my head around the
I
cooking
agree with
videos.
that. We've gone through a house reno and get through the reno and then
Yes.
then move forward. And Instapot recipes. That's
Yes.
our coconut curry chicken recipe was
an Instapot.
it was a
Ooh.
I'm going to try that.
Yes,
I
We're
gotta
gonna have
look
to
at
get
it's
that.
very good.
it was a recipe that I found online that we doctored a little bit to make it keto friendly. Actually, here's a hint: if you
Ooh.
have something that requires potato or sweet potato, if you want keto, just get rutabaga.
Oh.
It
I've heard
holds
of
the potato
radishes.
form.
What?
Doesn't get all too mushy actually, and it soaks in the flavoring of whatever you're cooking.
Ooh,
Yeah.
we're gonna have to
There you
try
go.
that.
Rutabaga.
I'm game for that.
That's the hint. But we changed it from a crock pot recipe to an Instapot recipe. So it took a few times of us playing around with it before we knew
Yep.
like how long to put it in for and stuff.
Yep.
So yeah, Instapot recipes are big on YouTube.
Oh, huge. Yep.
All right, let's go. X marks the spot. Oh, Garrett answered this one. What is Russ's other channy?
And I just typed it in Viral Depot.
Viral Depot. Judy Payne says, how much do you think KYD or Less Junk More Journey make? They make a lot.
A
A
lot.
lot.
6 figures.
They make a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They,
at least
they have
six figures.
very
Yeah, they-
active Patreons.
Very active Patreons.
I don't think they're making 6 figures off of AdSense. However,
No.
they are making a bank load off of
their courses.
courses and Patreon.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. You know, I do know of a channel that is KYD size. I know the guy personally, and I know that off of YouTube alone, AdSense wise, he's making 6 figures.
Yeah.
So,
KYD.
and that's only because I dealt with him as an influencer.
Okay.
We were trying to recruit him, and the numbers, the money he was asking for was ridiculous. So,
Let's see. X marks the spot says split screen is cool. Little emoji.
yes.
Judy Payne says KYD does seem to have plenty of money. So yeah, we love watching them, but you know, one video a week is enough for us.
Yeah.
We like to watch some of our other friends that we actually know, like their content. We like to watch them more often and keep up with
That's
them.
how we are. When we first got in, we watched a lot of KYD, and they do amazing
It's great.
cinematic video.
But also educational. They do it in such a way that
Yes.
anybody
Yep.
can learn from them.
Yep.
Very true.
But then
Right.
we also think that it's all like they're kind of unattainable. We can't picture just hanging out with them unless we paid money for it. Where a lot of other people that have these channels, we've had a chance to meet and get to know on personal levels. And it makes watching their journeys and their travels.
They're relatable.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
We try to be as relatable as possible. Although we've been told lately
Exactly.
that we need to be more like ourselves on screen.
They're like, well, when you're on your live streams, just
We're-
be like that on your videos. Like,
Yeah,
you're
but it's
more
hard.
real on your live streams. And I'm like,
It's hard.
It is very
is
tough.
it's hard when
Yeah.
you're trying to
Unless
talk
recorded
through
videos.
technical points and you have to think about exactly what you need to say and be natural about it.
So we haven't uploaded any videos yet on. I'm gonna do like a segment for nursing for travel nurses, and I was
cool.
doing like a. This is my first assignment, and here it basically like a critique of the hospital and the situation, and I felt like I sounded a lot like
Kyle.
Kyle
From
from
Drivin'
Drivin' and Vibin',
Vibin'.
the way
Yeah.
he intones his videos. I was like, I sound like Kyle again. Oh my gosh.
I'll just put
I'm gonna have to remember
Drivin' and
that
Vibin'
when
soundtrack
we
in the
struggle.
background.
I Garrett caught me kind of sounding a little bit like him on our tour video of this rig that we put out a couple of weeks ago. But
It is difficult. It is difficult. You know, when on your live, it's good because it's easy because it is you. It is chat. You are in the moment. But when you're trying to teach something or show something, I think you kind of revert to what you've seen
Yeah.
before, and yeah, it's very difficult for us too to stay conversational in a regular type
Yeah.
video.
And I still think we're learning as we go along. But one thing, and we were talking about this earlier today in our live stream, one thing that we found, we used to be very scripted at the beginning because we weren't comfortable and we wanted to get everything right. And what we've found that's helped us now is we just write bullet points.
Yeah.
These are the key takeaways, or these are the key things we want to talk about, and then just kind of go off of that.
Exactly.
And it tends to be a little bit more of who we really are and how we normally talk.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think I was just being too like, I got to get all these points in, and I want to make sure that
Yes.
it sounds
it's
right. And I probably should have just made it a little bit more like I was just talking to a friend. Hey, this hospital, blah 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 blah. But we'll see how it turns out.
It's hard.
Yeah, and it's a new segment, so I don't know if it'll take off or anything like that. So let's see.
Rosebuds Travel said we would love to meet up at a campground.
Oh, awesome. Awesome.
Meetups are a lot of fun.
Meetups are fun. So we have the added advantage.
Yeah, they're in Houston.
We have the added advantage of staying put, so you know where we are. We're going to be here in Amarillo, Texas, until towards the end of October, with only one trip out to Balloon Fiesta, the beginning of October, and we're going to take a quick trip over here to Oklahoma to see my friend who's flying in. Let's see what else.
So Judy Payne asked, "Who all have you met?" I'm assuming they're meaning YouTubers.
YouTubers or people on the road.
Full-time
They might.
You guys actually, didn't I see a video where you guys went and saw Kyle?
Yes.
We did. We got to see him.
Yeah.
That was awesome. That was
Probably
so much
the best date night we've ever had.
the first date
I
night we've
remember
had
you
in
saying that
forever.
in the video. Yeah.
That was an awesome night.
Yes.
I would just say it was worth what we had to drive an hour.
Yep.
It was totally worth it. His sister and brother-in-law watched the kids for us. We had watched their kids the night before so they could go off do a date.
Oh, wow.
And so we took off and we were out until like midnight.
Yeah.
We stayed the entire time. Like we were there sitting with our drinks
Before he even set up.
before Kyle even got there.
Yep.
We watched him set up. He did his whole segment. Halfway through he stopped and hung out with us, and we also had our friend Dawn there as well from
Our Nomadic
Our
Story.
Nomadic Story.
Don Ramel.
And so we hung out about 15, 20, 30 minutes, and then he got back and did his other set, and then we chatted after the segment as well. I think it was like 11.
How cool is
11:30
that?
when we
Wow.
left.
That's awesome.
But
We
he's
felt
a
like
really
we
great
didn't
guy.
have kids for at least a couple hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing is, if you go to a gig, you're not going to get Olivia. Not usually.
Yeah.
And, with her being
Yeah,
pregnant,
that's what I
too.
hear.
Oh, true, yeah.
So, like, they just had their reveal of their remodel and everything, and they did, like, a whole meetup and a talk and everything. I know they streamed that and posted it, but that would have been cool to go to hang out with both of them.
Yeah.
So we're hoping to talk them into getting on the show, so that we can.
Oh, that
interview
would be
them.
cool.
So we'll
Yes.
see what happens.
It's with all the stuff they're doing now that they're done with the renovation. I've noticed they've been putting out a ton of new content and all
It's been
kinds
so
of other stuff.
busy,
They've
you
been
didn't
very
have time
busy.
to do
So
content.
trying to figure out how to fit in something.
Yeah.
Or we'll do pre-recorded or whatever.
So who all have you met?
Oh boy. Well, we've met amazing people, not really big channels. I think the biggest channel we've met is Travels with Delaney, Patrick and Patricia, but we've run into quite a few YouTubers, Ace and Amanda, Two Doves Nation,
Joyous Voyagers, Corey and Daniel.
Voyagers, yeah. DNS Adventures, Shane. So, and that's the one thing that we really enjoy. We found so many great YouTube channels from people that we didn't even, know existed before. But
exactly.
you run into them and you see their YouTube channels, you're like, wow, these people are talented. They can tell a story.
Yeah.
I do want to give a heads up. We're getting a low battery thing because we had to switch last minute onto our phone.
Yeah.
We will
from
wrap
the
this
computer.
up soon, I promise. We will.
If we just disappear, that's the problem.
Okay. X Marks the Spot says, knowing in person is great. Again, another thumbs up. Rosebuds Travel says, we haven't met anyone yet. Well, it will happen. Like, it was a while before we could meet anybody in person. We'd been following people for a year before we got to meet people. So
when we come through Houston, Lewis and Katie, we'll pop in and see you.
yes, awesome. That's what I like. Okay, X Marks the Spot said we met so many at Nomad Fest. So that was Nomad Fest last year.
Yeah.
And we were all ready to go. Like
we had bought tickets.
So were we.
Yes, we had tickets bought and everything.
We did too. Yep. Oh boy.
I mean, those of us who bought tickets, we should just like meet up in Wellington.
Yeah.
We're
There
here.
you go.
Show
I
up.
think so.
We're here. Rosebuds Travel said, we would love to. We're not full time. That's okay. We've already met
That's
with
all right.
D-Famers who traveled to come see us when we were close to them. They came up 45 minutes to an hour to come see us. And they're like, they're working on the process, but they still have a home and everything. Mary Lou says, you all do great, relatable videos. Wholesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
X Marks the Spot says, oops, buffering.
I
don't know what happened at that point, but
Still here.
Judy Payne says YouTubers. Okay.
She asked up here who all of you have met.
Oh yeah.
and then
Okay.
she was
Okay. We
clarifying.
got it. Yep. I think we understood that.
Yeah.
X Marks the Spot says Olivia's dealing with pregnancy issues. Oh, we're gonna have to keep her in our prayers.
Yep.
Yes. Yes.
I hate pregnancy.
Right there with you.
Yeah.
Mary Lou says hopefully having Live in Light RV over this week. Oh, awesome! Awesome. Tell them hi if you do. Give them both a hug. I miss them so much. We were talking about it to, I think, somebody. I feel like they're empty nesters like you guys. Kids are all out of the nest. They just married a daughter off.
Yep.
And so I feel like when we met them, it was so great. I didn't feel like we were meeting like grandparent type or, parent, somebody that we could look up to as a parent on the road, but more as a big brother, big sister. And they totally fit the role so well.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
We
And
really look
they
up to
love
them.
hanging out with our kids, and
Yes.
it's
Oh my
always so
goodness.
much fun.
Kent's so good with the little kids. Rosebuds Travel says we're empty nesters. We will be traveling more. Very good. Get out there.
Yes.
Explore while you can. And then X Marks the Spot says, when are you guys going to Oklahoma? Meet up there? Oh, they want to meet again? Yeah. Okay.
Well, we'll get into that after we're done with our live stream.
We're going to
our
let these
interview
wonderful
with,
people go.
The roads we roam.
So, Russ and Carrie, one last question before we go. How can people find you on social media?
I'll let you give that spiel since you do it in all of our videos.
Well, you can always reach us at theroadsweroam.com. We have, obviously, our YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
Our Instagram, we are on Instagram. However, somebody already took The Roads We Roam, just written the way we normally do it. So you have to put a little underscore in between each word.
Okay.
For that on Instagram. But we do little video clips throughout the week. So if you want to know where we are that day or what we're doing, it gives you a preview of things that you might see on Saturday's wrap-up video, or even things that you won't see on there, like behind the scenes or bloopers or things like that. And then we're also on Facebook and Pinterest and Twitter. We're trying.
So just search for The Roads We Roam.
And on
And then on
Instagram, make
it's
sure
the
it's underscore between each word.
Yep.
Exactly.
The Roads We Roam. Well, you guys, it's been so much fun
so
getting
awesome.
to know you. This is awesome.
Well, thank you so much for inviting us. We really enjoyed it, and we learned so much about you this last hour as well.
Yeah, we were super excited when we realized that we were going to get a chance to talk with you guys live. So thank you so much for having us.
Well, I'm excited for the next couple of months for you guys getting to that year mark, and maybe 6 months or so down the road, we might have you on for a repeat to find out how things are going and what's
And if
changed.
you're ever close by,
Anytime. And when we test out trying to do this, what is it, the OBS?
I think so, yes.
We're going to invite you guys
Okay, we
on
can
to
be your
ours,
first guinea
that way you
pigs.
can help us too.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Well, thank you so much. Have a wonderful night. We're going to continue on with our D-Famers here, give them a little update on everything. But you guys have a great night, and we'll talk again soon.
All right,
Okay.
thank you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, X Marks the Spot. We are going to be in Oklahoma. It's a fast trip because I only
Yeah.
have 2 days off in a row. I think it's the 26th
and 27th.
And we're going to...
We'll be driving down there on the 26th. We'll be staying the afternoon, evening,
Yeah.
and then we'll be driving back the next day.
And we're not going all the way to Oklahoma City. We're just going halfway.
Somewhere like Clinton, Oklahoma?
Something like that. So my friend and her son are going to be going and visiting Grandma, and she lives there. And it's actually the end of their trip that I have time off.
Yeah.
And the kids haven't seen each other since when? Like February. And so this is Emma's oldest friend.
Yes.
They were babies together, basically.
They're born about a year apart. Thank you, Rosebud Travels, for joining us.
Yes,
Have
thank
a
you
good
so
evening.
much. So that's what we're going to do. Super excited about seeing
Yes.
them after so long. We've been keeping up, letting the kids
FaceTime.
do FaceTime together. I'm
We're
hopping
really
back in.
happy about.
Oh yeah, we can take these off.
We've been really happy about how technology is now, because we're able to really keep connected with our family and friends.
Yeah.
Even the ones that don't watch our YouTube channels, we can still connect with them and,
Exactly.
feel like we're not getting apart.
All right, so we don't have to do this yet. Are we going to give them an update of kind of what we're doing
Yeah,
this week?
let's see this question.
Okay.
Judy Payne asked, "Do you follow the couple that the lady is a traveling emergency room physician?"
No.
No, we don't.
Do you know the name of that channel?
Yeah, we'd be interested in.
There's
we
a
love
few-
travel nurse or travel medical channels.
Yeah, there's a few travel nurses that we follow on social media, and then definitely if they're like a full-time family traveling in an RV with kids, we are on top of that. So
Yep.
we love watching No Ordinary Path. If
Yep.
you want somebody who just sits down and chats in front of video, they do it really well.
Yes.
John and Kristen, and we've had them on this channel. So No Ordinary Path, and then the other
Is Nursing Our Travel
Nursing
Bug.
Our Travel Bug, and we've also had them on. That's Natasha and Bill.
Yep.
Both couples, we are super excited to meet them and their kids, and have fun with them, getting to know them more. But,
Yes.
So Judy, yeah, if you can tell us what that is, or I'll have to search around. There's a lot of people on Facebook that do travel nursing or travel medical.
Yeah.
That may not live in an RV like us, but that's great information.
There's a lot of jobs in the medical industry that is travel, which is really kind of
Yeah.
cool because it opens up a whole new field for people. Because a lot of jobs, like my old job, you couldn't just leave unless you had some special assignment. You had to stay in one location, and so it's really nice to be able to have the ability to do a temporary thing, especially if you're wanting to travel and show people where you're going.
Yeah. Thank you, Judy. I will look forward to hearing back from you about that channel. So you can just come back to this video or wherever in comments,
Put it in the
or
comments.
You can email us at rvdiaryofafamily@gmail.com. These people live in their RV. Cool.
That's awesome.
An emergency room doctor. I cannot wait. That's awesome.
It's interesting, like travel, like physicians. We heard travel nursing. That's like the big one. Travel nursing, travel this, travel that. But then we don't hear as much of like physicians, and even our chiropractor was like, I wonder if like the chiropractors can travel. And I'm like,
I know of chiropractors who do, and then they just work out of their RV because they can. They don't have to work for a company.
yeah,
So if they're a doctor, they can work anywhere as long as they're following the state laws and things like that. So,
yeah. Thank you. Judy Payne said, I've started following
thank you so much, Judy. So shout out to Judy Payne for joining our channel. If you're watching this live stream and you haven't hit that like button or subscribed, consider. We're not forcing you. We can't hunt you down.
And hit that little bell. Go ding. If you want to get notified when we go live.
Shout out to Judy Payne, and I cannot wait to hear back about that channel. That's super exciting.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, there are other specialties that do travel. Everybody knows about the travel nurse, but respiratory therapists can travel. Physical therapists can travel.
Yeah.
I actually met a tech who said, so a CNA tech, who said that she traveled.
Yeah.
Don't know if it was CNA work that she was doing, or whether she was doing clerical work, because we use HUCs. Basically, they're secretaries for our units in the hospital. So I don't know exactly what she was doing. And then I have met at least one doctor who was a doctor in another state, and then he would fly and work at my hospital for like a week, and then he'd go back, and then we see him again the next month or something for his rotation. So,
yeah. Roger Rome just said, "We had a great time tonight." Way to go, Judy.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. It was such a blast.
Oh, yes.
So we're looking forward to meeting you in person.
Yeah, we can do a face-to-face interview with the real campfire.
Yeah. Okay, are we gonna update on videos?
Yes.
We put out a couple of different videos this week.
We put out. We're trying to finish up all of our Louisiana videos. Gosh, my brain is starting to go. Since we just finished our contract in Louisiana, we had a lot of content that we were working through, and we're trying to work on list videos and other types of videos as well. So those kind of videos take some time to put together. So,
it does. When we're doing like these long form sort of sit down and chat about it, he gets them done really fast, the editing process. But when it's more of an artistic, and here's a bullet point, and here's a bullet point, and here's a bullet point, now we got to follow up with
or having
visuals.
To talk about 11 or 12 different locations and things you can go see while you're there. You know, you have to kind of talk about it, and then, you know, once you're done talking about it, you have to find B-roll of that area, and then you have to put the extra shots in while you're editing. And
don't bore him.
Yeah, I was up till 2 a.m. on one of the videos.
Yeah, he was, and then he was a grouch the next day.
Yeah.
I made him go to bed early the next night, so he wasn't so bad the next.
So we have 2 videos on things to see in the Shreveport, Louisiana area, and those were just what we found. I mean, honestly, there's so much history. There's so much.
Oh, so much fun.
So many things to do. I think we had brochures that were about that thick for 3 months sticking in our car. Just like, what are we gonna do now? Like,
that is a tip that I should give. So within like the first day, I was traveling
down to Baton Rouge.
And I found a visitor center. I was like, well, I'm going home. I have time. Pulled off into the visitor center and just got all these pamphlets and good ideas, and it just around the area that we were going to be staying in. So we had all these brochures to look at to see, okay, what is out there, and then you can search online and get people's suggestions too if they've been in that area, and then you explore that area as fully as you can while you're there.
Yeah,
we have that added advantage of being there for 3 months, so we can explore so much more in depth, I think.
Yeah.
Than other people who are there for like a week or 4 days. That's one tip.
So Mary Lou Gabrowski is calling it a night because her phone is dying.
Phone is dying. Well, that's good if people are hanging on until their phone dies.
My battery's good. It's called a battery pack.
Yeah.
Buy a battery pack.
Yeah. Judy Payne says, "The roads we roam, I live vicariously through you." That's great.
That's fun.
I love it. We live vicariously through through a lot of RV YouTubers while we were trying to get through the transition period.
Oof.
Oh,
yeah.
We kept our eyes on the prize, right?
We're like, we can make it. We're almost. We're in a trailer. Are we on the road yet?
I really thought you met DFAM in Amarillo. No, they had just driven through.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, darn it.
Yeah, by the time we heard about them coming through Amarillo, they were probably already in Tennessee.
They were already in Tennessee, yeah, because it was Friday.
Yeah.
X marks the spot. Loved indoor, outdoor. Yes, so you saw our list videos. And actually, the outdoor is missing 1. It should have been 6, but it's only 5.
Yeah, we did a bike ride down the boardwalk on the riverfront, and we went a little ways with the whining kids.
Timothy likes to whine about things that he thinks is too tough. We only went probably quarter of a mile, half a mile, when he stopped, and I just let Garrett.
When you're 50 yards from the river and the river is freaking out, he thought it was going to come up and grab him and pull him in the river or something. I don't know.
It was fun. We enjoyed it. It's a great paved road. Lots of joggers and bikers all along the Red River, and it was fun. I think we enjoyed it.
So if I can ever find the footage,
we'll do a little.
We'll do
splash.
a little video thing of it. And then we did a very different video, and if you check our channel, it's going to be right below this one. And there's this van lifer, called Janelle. And if you ever just like, what the heck is going on with people, check out that video. She was about a month ago. She had no videos and no subscribers. She now has 3 videos and 1.6 million subscribers.
And we only knew about her because she was pushed to us through YouTube.
Through the YouTube algorithms.
Yeah.
And so we watched her channel. We haven't subscribed yet.
We're watching.
But we're watching, and we're kind of paying attention to what's going on.
Yeah. X marks the spot says she has a fake inside. I can see how you draw that conclusion.
Yeah.
We did not want to demean her in any way.
Yes.
And actually, a lot of people have done those videos that are
like, she's a fraud, she's a plant, she's
conspiracy theory. So we went off of that topic totally.
We just wanted to go how she presented herself.
Her lifestyle.
Yeah. And
whether or not we feel like that's technically, a nomadic lifestyle or not.
Or if that's even a healthy lifestyle.
So check that video out to find out what
our thoughts on this.
Yeah, what we decided.
And, I mean, she has a bubbly personality. She's a 20-year-old. She's on her own, which there are some 40-year-olds that aren't on their own. So kudos for that. But, there's just a few things that are just like, wait, 2 plus 2 does not equal 65,000. What's going on here?
Garrett was a little irate when he was like checking her channel out. And I'm like, just chill, okay? It's not worth getting your blood pressure elevated about.
I mean, to do the 30-second analytics of her channel, I didn't really go to the people that are just like, she's a complete fraud because of this. I really kind of went with, or a million, yes. I really kind of went with vidIQ did a really good video analysis of her channel. And the things they really mentioned were she is a 20-something-year-old. Mm-hmm. She is female. She's single. She's good looking. Mm-hmm. And she has a pet snake. Mm-hmm. And she lives in a van.
Mm-hmm. Which is all the rage now. So it's like cornering the market. She
fit like 5 to 6 very unique, highly search terms. Mm-hmm. And really and truly, I think, my honest opinion, she hit a sweet spot. Mm-hmm. Something that no one has ever really crisscrossed. It's like finding the Holy Grail in the YouTube algorithm that's impossible to figure out.
Now, whether or not she did that on her own or had inside help.
Yeah.
Again, conspiracy theories, and
people are always going to call her a fraud and a this isn't real. Till the, there were some channels that I've seen in the RVing community that I'm like, you guys have like 12,000 subscribers now and 13 videos.
How did you get all those subscribers?
But really and truly, I'm like, you went and you traveled with another YouTuber that had 100,000 subscribers and was saying, hey, these people helped us out, and they were throwing your name out there on every single video. And so they had like 2 videos on their channel and they had 3,000 subscribers. Okay, I'm done. We're moving on.
He's done grousing. Sponsors paid to get her out there. That's one of the theories.
That's definitely one of the theories. But then again...
and another theory was, she knows somebody in YouTube that pushed her channel.
But the question is which sponsors did it? Because she's not really sponsoring, putting anything out there. I mean, I'd be like, hey, check out my new Maybelline makeup. Oh, I guess she's probably being sponsored by Maybelline.
Okay, do we have an update for video coming out? Do you have a plan? Do you have something in the works? Anything in the editor?
My thought is, I have one video left for Louisiana, and that's our. I see 1 million in your future.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you so much. I don't know if we'll ever get to 1 million, but
maybe a million videos and then 1,000 subscribers.
The way you're putting out, 1 million videos.
We have a campground review of the Cypress Black Bayou
Loved
campground,
it.
the recreation area.
Cannot wait for that video to come
Yes.
out.
So I have to put that all together. It's all shot. We just have to.
Well, it better be all shot because we're not in Louisiana anymore, dear.
Yes, I know.
We're not in Kansas anymore, Toto.
Then the very last, the video I think I'm going to try and put out is we had an issue with our trailer
Yes.
this week, and we haven't really put it out there.
We spent a vast majority of the day in the heat.
On Thursday.
In the belly of our rig, trying to figure out what
With
the heck is wrong.
Everything pulled out, and our heads were in the bowels of the beast.
I scraped my knee. That's, good enough proof that we were deep enough in the bowels. So,
Yes.
and we had pulled out things that shouldn't have to be pulled out, that were screwed onto the wall. I unscrewed the electrical panel and pulled it out so that we could see behind it.
Which doesn't void the warranty.
No.
Just to let you know.
No. So we're not going to spoil this. No spoiler alert here. But it kept us from moving to do our first major boondocking.
We were going to go boondocking, and ended up we moved a grand total of 0 inches.
We couldn't move.
Couldn't move.
We could not move. The jacks would not work.
Yep.
And the slides were not working properly.
Yeah.
We did get the slides in, but the jacks would not work.
So we
did figure out what the problem was.
Yes.
The issue is not fixed, but we have a short-term fix for it.
We have a temporary fix until we can get
Thanks to
the
Todd
warranty.
from Two Beards in a Bay.
Yes.
And he was on the phone texting with Garrett all day long. Our resident tech.
Yes.
I'm so thankful for him. But
Yep.
been under the belly, water leak from shower drain. Oh no, I'm sorry.
We haven't dealt with too many leak stuff.
That's
A little bit
my-
with the sink, but that's about
my
it.
worst nightmare is water leak. That's my worst nightmare. The issue that we had today with this last week was second to water.
Yes.
It was electrical.
Yep. Yeah, that was. We don't want to give too much of
Nope.
the video away.
No, we're not gonna. That's all I'm gonna say. It was, yeah.
Yeah. But last week we had a fun video. If you're just joining us, last week we celebrated our 1-year anniversary in our trailer living full time. And what was really cool about that video is we showed you our first night. We showed you some of the other things that we did in that trailer.
So
in that first trailer.
That was our live stream last Sunday night.
Yes, so go check that out.
And we had a great interview with a defammer as well.
Yep.
So that comes before our little. Is it before or after? I don't remember how we set it up, but check out the live stream from last week. It was good.
Yeah. We had a lot of fun. Yeah, full year. Cannot believe it's actually gone by that fast.
I'm trying not to be tired. I haven't yawned yet, so you still got me.
Doing
everybody.
the internal yawns. I'm like.
Thank you, X marks the spot. Yes, yay for a full year, and I feel you guys for being in that transition period and it seeming to drag on forever. Because I know you were itching to be out and on the road.
Yeah,
here in a couple months.
we still remember that feeling of we're in our trailer, we want to be on the road, and yet we're still there.
Yeah.
It was very bad.
Yeah.
It was sad to leave our friends,
we
but-
could have just quit my job and done it, but
Have fun, figure things out. Bye
Yeah.
bye. See ya.
we probably should have done that because we would have been heading south for the winter.
Yeah.
But whatever. We chose to do it the way we did it.
Got some interesting videos out of that one.
Well, it's been a very long talk with all of you. Thank you all for joining. This has been amazing. So
Yes.
we're going to do our shout outs and let you go so that no more phones die.
Poor phones, rest in peace.
We're at 550 9 subscribers, because obviously while we've been live, we had another subscriber join us. So we're at 441 subscribers from our 1,000 goal.
We're getting there. We're getting there. And it's really nice to be able to connect with people, because a lot of times the people in this community, they don't know you're there sometimes unless you're chatting with them.
Exactly.
Or you're, and that's where like us, running into the roads we roam, and then all of a sudden on their live stream, and they're like, "Hey, yeah, this happened. It was awesome."
Garrett likes to go on and chat on other people's live streams.
Yeah, have a great night, Russ and Carrie. Thank you for joining us all night.
Yes, good night. X marks the spot. Got to get rid of the house. Yes. I feel you. Yeah. Good luck and grace and all those other good things, and hopefully a good market and a great great agent to help you get that sold.
Either that, or you can have an accidental fire and claim the insurance. Then you don't have to deal with all the extra stuff going on. But you didn't hear that from me.
Just remember not to pay with a credit card or a check.
Yeah.
For the arson, Nothing that'll trace back to you.
Don't take anything seriously that we just said. All right, please. All right, back to subscribers.
We're going to shout out the Roads We Roam, because they joined us this week prior to coming on our channel. So, hey, if you're a new subscriber and you want to be on this show, even though you're just a new subscriber, hey,
we'd love to have you.
Chat right now, throw a comment here, or email at us at RV Diary of a Family and say, hey, I think I want to be on your show. I want you guys to get to know me. I want others to get to know me. So that'd be awesome. And then a shout out to Stan A. Angel, Caden Williams, and Susan Elwell joined us before we went live. So shout out to all of you new DFammers.
We are going to go ahead to bed. So
I'm so tired.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for joining.
Can we tell them why we're so tired?
Oh, yeah.
If you guys are ever in the Amarillo area between the 1st of June and kind of the middle endish of August, get tickets and go see the Texas show.
The musical.
We saw their 54th year episode. I don't know what you call it. It's like a Broadway show. Their season. They've been doing this for 54 years. Fantastic, amazing spectacle at the end.
Yep, it's in the Palo Duro Canyon.
It's worth the money.
It is.
It's totally worth the money. And we took all the kids, and we weren't home until after midnight.
The kids going to bed at midnight. That was the first. I don't think we've had that late for them, but
it was totally worth it. So, Texas show. That is why we're so tired. Oh, great! You guys saw the Texas show. Yes, we did.
Honestly, I was like, proud to be an American. I'm like, yes.
At the end of it, he's like, I want to be on this show. I want to be a tech on this show. I want to be behind the scenes. I'm like, hey, I can apply for it.
I have experience with theater.
They do their auditions in January and February.
Yeah.
And it's for the season of June through
August. The tech stuff, I don't think they really do auditions for.
You just apply for it.
Yeah, but you just apply for it. So I've been doing theater and drama stuff behind the scenes since I was probably about 14. So I have a lot of experience with running productions, and even though probably I would be put in some small spot, it would be an experience and be something different. It would also give her probably some time off from nursing.
Yeah, I would have to stay at home with the kids and take a break.
Yeah.
Hey, think of that.
That's pretty cool.
Anyway, that's why we're so tired. That's why we're going to let you guys go.
Yep.
We love to hear from you guys. So if you want, find us on Facebook, Instagram. Obviously, you can comment on any of our videos. And again, email us at RV Diary of a Family. Hit the like button, subscribe. And this is the only time I'm going to do that now.
Yep.
Shouting out our channel.
And as always,
live life intentionally. Hey guys, bye.
Bye.